What's going on, guys? This is going to be a bit of a different video. Today's video we're going to be showing you guys how to win games. This is one of those games where I wouldn't say I wasn't like heavily trying to win in this game. However, I ended up winning because I had good rotations and I was able to adjust to my situations properly. I didn't run into any like super hard encounters in this game, but I'm going to show you how to get over these basic encounters, because these basic encounters a lot of people do die to. For today's landing, I'm going to be landing Shifty Shafts. It's one of my favorite landing spots. Okay, so starting off here, okay, I make a big no-no. I make a big no-no mistake, and I actually land. I land on ammo. Like, am I gonna throw my bullets on my enemy? Don't do that. Don't land on ammo. Land on a chest or land on a gun. That's a huge mistake that I make here. Right, see this like gray SMG here? Like, if I had landed on this gray SMG, there's a player playing right beside it. He didn't land on anything. He's not even in the compound. I land on this gray SMG, I wrap around the corner, I set an instant free kill. If you're watching your drop, and you're watching how many players and where the players are landing, you can try to like force kills on people who aren't landing properly. This is a big tip for like tilted towers. If you land tilted towers, you need to watch your drop. I hear this guy over here. I know where he is already, because I'm a sound whore, right? I know where he is already. He's hitting some pallets. I already know where he is at this point. He doesn't know where I am. I have the element of surprise at this point. But watch how I give it up. Watch how I give it up right here. So now he knows I'm here. He knows I'm here. I know he's here. Maybe I shouldn't have approached from this angle. Maybe I should have been high ground. Maybe I should have been above him. There's a lot of things I could have done properly in this engagement. So this is where you want to get like the element of surprise. But like I gave it up. So I start shooting. He starts shooting. We both hit each other for pretty much the same amount. We were using the same guns. I pull out my shotgun. Okay, this is how I'm going to win this engagement. I pull out my shotgun, okay? I chunk him for like most of his health, but he's still not dead. Notice, look at my health, right? I turned on health bars for a reason. Look at my health. That's one headshot, right? I get hit with one headshot and I'm dead at this point. So I'm not gonna risk it. I leave a falling off shot because I'm gonna end up crossing anyway. So I might as well shoot. Danger, you might as well be shooting at the person. Like, unless it's gonna slow down your movement. Right here, I relocate. So if he peeked that corner right there, I would have shot him right then and there, but he didn't. So then what I actually ended up doing was wrapping around to the other side of the truck, to the front side of the truck. And at this point, he has no idea where I am. I could still be inside the tunnel. I could be on the outside, right behind the truck. I could be in front of the truck. He has no idea. And watch what happens next. He doesn't even have time to react. He has such low health that him just being in the open, not moving himself from that position was not good. Let's talk about where he could have went. He could have wrapped around the building behind those pallets, wrapped around those trucks. He could have literally just left the compound. In the time that I ran, he could have done so many things. He could have got high ground on me. There's so many things he could have done. He had more materials than me that he didn't do that got him killed, and that's the main reason why he died. He had options and he didn't take any. He just went for the gunfight. So let's talk about the second player here. I know there's two players here, right? You should always assume that when you land somewhere that there's always someone waiting for some follow-ups, waiting to janitor the fight. They're waiting to clean this up. You have to consider that someone was lurking in the backgrounds in the shadows and looking for that easy kill. Fortunately for me, the guy who was doing so he's not the hottest. He's not your hottest piece of material, but because I use some bait. I use some bait on this one. This guy's here, I don't go to loot it, right? I don't go to loot it immediately. I look for bandages in that truck so I can heal up a little bit. All right, he jumps down. He's immediately, his eyes lock onto the loot, and he just goes for it. Doesn't even care. This is bait. This is bait 101. I pop him with some tack shotgun shots. I probably should have put on my main shotgun on this one. I'm not actually sure, honestly. I take a little bit of damage and I instantly wall right after. I can't take another hit. I'm gonna die. So I wall. But not only do I wall, watch this, I wall, right, to block the first damage that he's shooting at me. But then I put a ramp. Advance. Now if I had just ramped, he would have shot my ramp. I would have fell, and those bullets that he was shooting at my ramp would have hit me in my mouth. Don't do that. Wall, then ramp. This entire time I pretty much farm up this area, just loot up till we get to the rotation. There's a couple of options coming out of Shifty Shafts. You can either pick high action, or you could pick controlled low-key fight. We could have rotated from here to Salty Spring, could have rotated to Lucky Landings, Fatal Fields, could have rotated to Dusty Divot, Blue Lake, Tilted Towers. From here, we can also rotate to Greasy. Like, there's so many different rotate spots coming out of this, right? And if you're looking for a more relaxed game, I suggest you rotate out from Shifty to Greasy. That's what I did here. My thought process in this, I'm low on gear. I need gear for this final fight. Let me get some gear. So the key here is to think of every drop spot as a little like mini tournament, right? And the person who comes out of the drop spot is the victor. He's the winner. And what he's gonna do is he's gonna try to rotate out after he's killed everyone and looted everything, right? Because now that's his town, that's his city. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over to the warrior of that town. I'm gonna put him in the dirt, knowing that there's possibly just one person left. I'm gonna take that 1v1 fight, no matter who it is, no matter what they have. I'm gonna come out on top and I'm gonna steal all of their gear. And now I've looted Greasy Grove and I've looted Shifty Shafts. See how that works? That's the key to rotations. It's the key to rotations. You wanna catch that one person who took all that loot. So I'm gonna rotate out here to Greasy Grove and watch what I do here. Watch how I go about doing this. Because I think a lot of people would make a big mistake right here. As I'm running, I see builds. It's like on top of houses. It's looking like somebody was fighting here. What's your response to this? Do you go inside? Do you try to look for the people? No. That's not what our goal was. Our goal was not to loot Greasy Grove. There's no looting Greasy Grove at this point. We want the person who came out with all the mats, with all the bandages, with all his shields, with all the good stuff. All right, we want him. So I look over, but then I don't look for too long, okay? I turn around because I'm like, okay, this person's probably walking out of this. I don't see anybody fighting right now. I don't hear any shots. He's probably walking out of this already. I gotta look and see if I can catch him coming out. And guess what? He was right behind me. Like, he was literally like right behind me. So keep that in mind. You know, if you're looking for that guy, if you're looking for that person, they're gonna rotate out approximately the same time that you're gonna rotate out. It's something we gotta talk about real quick. You need to depend on your snipes, okay? You need to depend on your snipes. Your snipes might be poopy. They might be actually doo-doo. But if you hit them, that's an entire fight. This was a headshot snipe, by the way. So even if he had 200 health, he was still dead. If you hit these snipes, you avoid taking damage and you avoid big danger. So I had like one shot. He could have double headshotted me and I would have been murked. This is why sniper rifles are my favorite gun in the game. If you can hit your shots, you can put an underdog on top. Learn to snipe. Let's continue on here. So this is the part where this is an entire like waste of time. But one thing I do get is high ground. So it's actually not a huge waste of time and I had time to do it. So it's not that bad. Just know, like, I just didn't want to be bothered by anybody trying to snipe down on me from this hill. I would rather just take care of them now. And especially if they came out of Snobby Shores, I kind of want their gear. So I checked the map. I see that this is a high ground, but it's outside of the zone. But from my experiences, it doesn't matter that it's outside of the zone. People are still going to try to go to it sometimes. I'm trying to predict people's movements before they even happen here. So if they came from Snobby Shores, I kind of want the gear. A lot of this match is actually just me looking for gear. Like, I'm just hunting people for their gear. I wouldn't really say it's aggressive because I wasn't really successful in hunting the people, but I wasn't just passively camping around. I wasn't just like sitting in a corner, sitting in a box the entire match. I did want some gear so I didn't have to struggle going into the last fight here. So this is an engagement waiting to happen right here. Kador01 is about to get his butt touched by Mr. Salamander, Mr. Salamix. Again, I had no idea that these players were at the bottom here like this until they started, you know, touching each other's butts and such and such. But let's talk about it and let's see why who comes out on top, this, that, and the other. Okay, so I actually watched this fight. Since I didn't get in as many fights as myself like I wanted to in this match, I decided to look at some of their fights because it is important to look over at your enemies, and if they do something better than you or they get above you in some way, it is good to recognize that and attempt to mimic it. All right, so we're gonna see Kador 01 and Mr. Salamix, or Mr. I'm gonna call him King Salamander. He's gonna come out here, following his footsteps, really, like, because he's right behind him, pretty much like masking his footsteps behind him at this point. There's no way that Kador can know that there's a salamander on him. Like, we'll see how this is played out. So Salamix takes a shot and he hit. Kador gets chunked. All of his health is gone at this point. Like, you can still come back from this. You can still definitely come back from this. He puts up a ramp to block. Good move. Couple more ramps to block. Good move. Oh, that headshot. No. Kador, no. Everything was good until we took that other shot. Why did we take that other shot, though? Because we can see that Kador is putting in ramps, right? That's fine, but immediately what you need to do next is stabilize the situation. So you're putting up ramp, right? You put up another ramp. Okay, where's your walls? Right now, you need to be dropping a ramp, a wall, and then maybe another wall, and then another ramp, and then start stabilizing the situation. Set yourself up for a push so that he can't push you. And that's not what Kador is doing right here. He's just ramp, shot comes through because that ramp is way too low, hits him in the head. But this is still comebackable. As long as you're not dead, it's still comebackable. So let's see what goes on here from my perspective. Like, at this point, this is when I come in and I start watching. Right, Kador is trying to fight back. He takes a snipe. Obviously, it misses. Right, Salamix is still full health. Salamix is still spamming his stuff. We're not watching it, like, at this point. But at this point, I know what's happening. Like, I know what's happening, but I don't know who's low. I don't know how many of these shots actually hit, and I don't know who took the shots. I think for me, in this scenario, what I'm going to assume next time is the person who shot first probably did more damage on the person who shot second. So I should have shot the person on the right than the person on the left. Because I wanted both of these kills. I wanted both of them. I was being a little greedy. Okay. In cases where you're just trying to win, you just want to watch a fight like this happen. One kills the other, and then it's a 1v1. Again, you're kind of coming in as the janitor at that point, just cleaning up the situation. It is what it is if you want that win. So right here, look at this player, okay? Salamander. Mr. Salamander, King Salamander. This guy's gonna loot this body, but watch his movements as he's running around here. Okay, tell me if you would take the shot or not. Tell me if you would take the shot. Look at these. Look at him. Like, what are these sporadic zigzags? Are you taking that shot? Because I'm not. So I don't take the shot here. I continue on. I was just gonna, like, sit on this hill, watch him move a little bit, see if I could line up a shot properly. But then I misstepped. Okay, and this is why I don't like. I don't know. I just misstepped. Okay. I start sliding down the hill, and he hears this. Okay. At this point, he hears it because I'm gonna be placing a floor to stop my fall. So now we're in a fight. Again, I wasn't really, like, trying so hard in this match. If I was, none of this would be happening. I want a peaceful, easy match. But watch what I do here, right? That these other players didn't. So Kador, I hope you're watching this, buddy. You should learn from this. What I do is I take real estate. Ooh, we're taking real estate, boys. I take some ground. I start building around, and watch what my final stand looking, base looking thing is. You know, I'm multiple floors. I have multiple floors here, multiple firing spots. I even edit out the ramp here, so I have another firing spot going on. And look at my real estate, right? Now I'm like, okay, and I'm gonna start shooting. He doesn't even move. A lot of players mess up on it, they don't move at this point. And watch me mess up on it right here when I get sniped. I'm just shooting down. I think I got this engagement, and I get sniped. You might have noticed it by now, but look at the other hill. There's actually another guy sitting there. It's Mr. Gibsaw. He's perched up like a bird, and he's just sniping on me. He hits that shot because I sit still, right? I didn't know that he would be there. The zone is pretty much moving at this point. Why is he there? Now this guy is a potato. Like, I am so unlucky. Because, like, let's just spectate this for a little bit. Let's just watch it. Now he sees me. He only sees me, by the way, because I have high ground. This is actually one of the biggest problems that I'm starting to realize myself, is that high ground is not always what it is made out to be. If you get high ground, get off of it after you're done doing what you're doing. People will only see the person that's highest up. So if you're winning all your build fights, you're gonna get shot at the most. Sometimes I'll get into a build fight with someone just so they build so high up that I edit down, and I just sit in a box until someone starts shooting at them if I want someone else to get involved. Immediately I medkit because I don't know if Salamix heard that or Salamix knew that I got shot. He did, apparently, because he's shooting my Fortnite. He's trying to make me fall. So what I'm gonna do, I back up a little bit. I'm good. Salamix is coming up for me now. This is bad. This is a bad time. But Salamix, you're not reinforcing anything. You're not reinforcing your stairs at all. I can shoot them out easy. So guess what I'm gonna do? Sadly though, he's gonna catch himself. I pull out my shotgun. Right, here's the deal. If someone ever is on low ground, pull out your shotgun. Don't pull out your rifle. Don't pull out your assault rifle. Don't pull out your sniper rifle. Pull out your shotgun. You're more likely to hit them. You're more likely to hit a headshot. You're more likely to kill. Salamix has a good mind, but his nerves aren't that tough because he fell straight to the bottom after this. So he fell. I'm gonna get my potions off because I'm expecting him to ramp back up because I don't know how far he fell back down. And then I'm gonna start getting my medkit off. And I should have just got visibility, but I didn't want to get sniped by this guy on the other hill. You know, I'm still using a medkit. Alright, so I'm just kind of like, I'm making multiple positions at this point. I don't know which position is gonna be a good position to take at this point, so I'm making multiple. I see Salamix running in the corner of my eye right there. There's some like weird bullets coming from some direction. I don't know who that's from or where that's to, but I'm just coming down here, seeing if I can get a shot on the lovely Salamix. And remember Gibsaw? Now you do. So she's still up there. He hasn't moved. He hasn't moved a single bit, and he's still gonna be shooting. So you're sitting still, bro. Good night. Hit him with that lovely headshot. Salamix, I see you running. Ooh, hit him in the back with that lovely body shot. And that Salamix is love. Made him use a chug jug, right? He would have been dead if he didn't use a chug jug. So now he probably has nothing, right? He probably only had that chug jug. Believe it or not, I did not see this player to my right. You see him on the mini? I did not see him the entire time. And then watch, I think he comes in the corner right there, but then he's blocked by my mini app. And I look up and I jump and I keep blocking. My character keeps blocking him. I'm not really looking at my character as I'm playing, but I do see him now. Not yet. Now I see him. I'm like, oh snap. I'm just sniping at this point. And I'm missing. I'm missing very bad with my snipes. So I just pull out the rifle. I chip this guy a lot. And that's the good thing about rifles here. And what you should be using them for is not only just for getting kills, but you should use them to chip down your opponent. Now my opponent has no shields. I can bring out a shotgun from almost any range and start just murking him. I just wanted to hit my snipes. This is good sniper practice. When you have potatoes, even though they're potatoes, they're still good sniper practices. Like, to hit your shots, to predict their movements. Practicing my snipes. Now, Salamix is looking in my direction with the sniper aimed. We're gonna look at this shot, because this... He's aiming his sniper rifle, right? I'm moving in one direction, pretty much. Easy snipes. And he misses. Get your sniper game up, bro. Get your sniper game up. You should have hit me. He didn't predict anything. He shot where I was rather than where I was going to be. Let's see how he could have played this here to get above me. So I'm winning on the health game right now. He's winning on the position game. He has a better position than me. I thought he was gonna go up this mountain, and he didn't. You know, I'm checking around me. At this point, I realized the hill, and I'm like, oh snap, he could have gotten high ground above me. I think I see him right there on that corner, so I'm like, he's not even getting high ground on me. Now he goes around the second time, and I'm like, okay, now he's definitely going to get high ground on me. He doesn't. I have the element of surprise again. I could either be above him, I could be on the side of him. Like there's so many options at this point. I see him, he sees me. So no more element of surprise. I shoot, I take a shot. Now that's a shot that I get from the element of surprise. I could have murked him. Right, he's trying to outbuild me. I actually fall down here, which sucks, but I don't fall all the way down. So I go back up for the high ground. I try to recontest the high ground. And he falls. So we both fell, actually. So this is interesting, right? So we both fell. Maybe different heights. Maybe we fell different levels. We both fell, but I contested the high ground still. I recontested the high ground. He didn't. Instead of dropping all the way down, catch yourself like I did. Reposition yourself and recontest the high ground. There are 3 players left, not including me. And I'm like, okay, gas station, bring me the loot. And the gas station does deliver. So we're clean. So if the zone's closing here, I'm gonna fast forward. This is the point where I'm like, okay, all right, so we look at the little thingy here. There's 3 players left. But look at the houses that are available. We have modern house on the side here, and we have that little raggedy dinky house in the basement. Nobody's gonna be sitting in those houses, and if they are, they're dead. They're 3,000% dead. There's nobody sitting in those houses. They're all on this hill. Okay, this is the high ground. They're all on this hill. I think it's pretty smart what I do. And this is kind of like proof that you don't always need to be aggressive to win your games. You can kind of just chill if you wanted to, honestly. But I just get up here, right? I just start getting up here. And I box myself in the metal box. We can edit the walls, we can look out. We have visibility on our area, basically. And I'm just waiting for the numbers to either dwindle or people get off the hill, all right? Next zone is not on this hill, or it's partially on this hill. So I can rotate off of this hill, still have the high ground. And I make it out of metal because if it finishes building before someone looks at it, by the time they look at it, they're like, oh, this has been here for a while because it's made out of metal. If it's not finished building by the time I look at it, I see them, they see me. Because I can pretty much see through the entire base at this point. I literally just sit here. We're going to look at the other fights because you don't want to see me sit in the metal base. We're going to look at some of the other fights that happen here while this happens. There's a tower camper just sitting here. So we got our boy More Like Dung and we got our boy Ike TV. We're gonna watch our boy Ike first. Spoiler alert, he's the first to die in this entire situation. Why is half our body out the zone? Like, you can probably see your pickaxe in your head from this position and you're not doing anything. You hear grenades popping on you, you're not gonna move. Okay, Ike. You get hit, you realize this, so you pull out your potion, and then you eat a grenade to the mouth. Okay, Ike. Good game, Ike. So now we're done with that. Let's look at this push. It's a very interesting push. Even though this isn't my gameplay, guys, I know this is what some people do. Just look what he's doing it, right? He's doing it. It's so sad, honestly. This entire hookup is so sad right here. So the boy More Like Dung is gonna try to. First of all, he's gonna struggle a little bit to get up this mountain. Don't make fun of him, okay? Don't make fun of him. All right, he's gonna struggle a little bit to get up this mountain, but eventually he will get up the mountain. Here we go. Build that stair. There you go, buddy. There you go, buddy. So at this point, he's ready. Look at this push, right? He's ready to push. He sees the tower. He knows what he has to do. Ooh, but you hear that? You hear that? That's the zone closing. There's two big no-nos here. Number one, you hear the zone closing, so both of you have to move, right? This is not gonna be a good push. You're gonna end up taking your time on this push. You're gonna get into your fight, and then the zone's gonna close on you, and you're gonna take damage. It's a no fight. Second, look at the angle that you're ramping up. You're ramping up, and he has visibility on your head the entire time. If this was a good player, he would have switched his ramp. He would have shot you in the mouth by now. What you should be doing, if you ever ramp up like this, you need to start making L shapes. You need to be 3 under or so, and then you can start doing this ramp push. Let's watch this ramp push, right? By the time he gets up here, right, he gets heard and discovered and gets built on. Let's talk about the mistakes that this person made in the tower. Okay, you're tower camping, but you made a huge mistake here. You see this guy building, you're like, oh no, he's gonna build on me and I'm gonna get outbuilt. So I gotta start building now. No, you don't. You can pump him in the mouth and end this right now. But he doesn't pump him. So I missed this pump. You still took the advantage that high ground has, which is the ability to shoot. High ground gives you the ability to shoot. You should have took that advantage. I would have shot at least 1 shot before I started building. You know, you get slightly above him, right? At this point, you get slightly above him. But now we're on the same level right here. You're pretty much on the same block space at this point. You're gonna keep building. You're not gonna shoot anything. You're gonna come up above him. Again, you're not gonna shoot anything. You're still not shooting at this point. You had 3 opportunities to shoot him at this point, and we didn't do anything. We didn't take any of them. Right there, you had another opportunity to shoot him. Like, come on, bro. At this point, you're gonna build a stair above you. So now you made 1 building mistake. You made 1 building mistake. Realize that. You made 1 building mistake. He gets above you, and he dispatches of you. Dude, this was your fight. Why did you lose that? Why did you possibly lose that? Let's talk about this fall damage, though. Okay, so on the side, you see the sexy beast towering up on them real quick. You see me on the side here coming through. Watch how I push it. Right? I push it the proper way. My angle is much more secure, right, than their angle. Like, look at the distance between, you know, the tower and me and him, right? It's perfect distance right there. I can get shot out though from the bottom, but nobody's on the bottom to shoot me out, so I don't worry about reinforcing my stairs at first. until I get about halfway up. Now I gotta start putting walls on my stairs because they can start shooting him out. This guy drops down. All right, he dropped from like 9 stories, guys, and did not die from the fall damage. He took 43 damage. And I drop and I take 36. I did catch myself with this stair. Now it's a 1v1. It's a 1v1 now, and let's talk about how I play this and how I get this win, because this is actually a very, very stressful win that we get here. So we jump down. We take a little bit fall damage, right? You can see he uses a launch pad. You can hear him in the air using that launch pad. Immediately, I get into zone, right? And as soon as I get into zone here, I secure my top, my ceiling. He jumps down behind me, shotguns me in the back. Doesn't do too much damage to my shield, but it's still a shotgun in the back. Now he does something very important, right? He takes the shot, right? But he starts building up immediately. That's what you need to do. That's the repetition that you need to have. Take the shot, build. Take the shot, build. Now I'm playing defensive, and I'm just building because that's what I have to do. Now he's above me. He takes shots down on me, and he's gonna take shots on me. But let's watch his mistake. This entire match was pretty much full of potatoes, but it's very easy to showcase mistakes when everyone is making them, right? I'm making them, he's making them, we make them. Like, we're all making mistakes in this match, so it's so much easier to see. So he's shooting out my floor, but look at what he's shooting. That's not me. He's shooting at the ground. Even if these bullets phase through, you're still not gonna kill me. Like, no matter what you do, there's no way you can kill me shooting like that. I realize this, and I drop down. Okay, this is what I suggest you do in cases where things are a little risky. Someone has high ground over you, you're on the side of a mountain, or you're underneath the high ground, whatever the case may be. You drop down, you drop all the way down, get to the flattest ground you can, and start taking that real estate. You want to start widening your path, widening your area. So right here, I start widening my area. There's no possible way he can shoot all these floors out. And I'm building out of brick so he can't really see through them after they build. By the time I double back here, look at this. I go out like, I don't know, 6, 7, right? By the time I double back, watch this. Those are finishing building. Like, nice shots, bud. Nice shots. From my perspective, it looks like this. Do I look like I'm in danger? Does it look like I was black off bad and bougie? I don't do this for too long because I don't have a lot of mats to do this, but that just showcases even more that you don't even need to have a lot of mats. Maybe like 200 mats and you could do this. I placed a couple more because this is where I want to engage from. I want to get some distance on him. I want to engage from this position. So I look through my floor at this point, right? I'm looking through my floor and I'm able to see him jump off the high ground. And then I just line up the shot. Again, I didn't know that shot was going to hit, but it did. And I won the engagement. That's a little tip on how to win some of these easier matches. Like, this is an easy match to win. You can see there's so much choke potential in this match. I could choke at any point here. There's so much choke potential, but that's how you can come out on top of an easy match. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, and I'm out.